Inconsistently consistent. Okay, intros.
Last intro of 2023.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, hello and welcome listeners to Inconsistently Consistent. This is our 51st episode extravaganza because we celebrate in increments of 51, not because we forget the 50th episode or anything like that. I'm Melanie. I'm a host here.
I'm Rachel, and yes, hang on. Last episode was our 50th. Did not realize till after it got posted, and I
No,
messaged.
we did though. We plan
No.
to celebrate in increments of 51 from now on.
Yeah, we're gonna do that now. So instead of at episode 100, we're gonna do episode 102.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do math real quick. I was gonna say 101. I was like, no, that's wrong.
I knew you were gonna say 101 too, right? And I was like, yeah, 101 is right, but that's not, but it's not, but it's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. We're both tired. It's over like Christmas holidays type of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm exhausted. Are you exhausted?
I'm exhausted. It's been quite the eventful last few months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired. And I'm old. I'm a 30-year-old lady. My body hurts. I don't want to work anymore.
I've been waiting to retire. You know, like every week I'm like, is it retirement time yet?
Mm-hmm.
No? Another like 25 years or so? That's too long. Let's take 25 minutes.
Yeah, let's
31's a good time to retire, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good age. It's right in the prime of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Good time to travel and stuff. You just don't have any money because you haven't
Travel.
worked for long.
Travel with what money?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a good time to do all those things. You just don't have the ability to do any of those things.
You know what you do
Like
have?
financial.
You have credit cards, and you can just use those and then just rack up more debt than what you already have, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, and it's not like you had to pay that back or anything. That's not how that works. They just give you free money.
You don't pay it back. You don't give it back.
No.
Anyways, I do have a story for you. And I've been hinting at it.
Yeah, and I've been on the edge of my seat for days.
So, do you remember
Probably
the last
not.
time we record? Probably not because it's you. But I mentioned that Hexa had been acting weird.
Okay.
Like there was something in my kitchen.
I remember something. You said something about Hexa. I don't remember the kitchen part. And acting weird? I don't know. So I've got a very spotty memory about this.
But I had mentioned that she had been acting weird. She was like going in the kitchen constantly, looking at like on the fridge area by my cupboards as if there was like something there. And I was just being like, Hexa, you're seeing things. There's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
There was something there.
Oh, God. How many legs did it have?
It had 4 because it was a mouse.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
Oh, yes.
You had a mouse in your house. A Christmas mouse in your house.
Mm-hmm. So here I was last Monday. I went into the kitchen to get lunch. And lo and behold, I see a little furry gray thing scurry behind my fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And the scream I let out. I am surprised my neighbor didn't come and be like, "Are you okay?"
Oh my God.
Side note,
I'd be screaming too.
Anyways, so I was distraught because I was like, oh my God, there's a mouse in my apartment. What do? I don't have any mouse traps. So I called my superintendents, my landlords, and I was like, hey, do you guys have any mouse traps? Just like, they were like, yeah, we have some like the sticky ones. I know those are not technical. Those are like the less humane of the compared to the snap traps. But I was like, okay, I'll take this.
Mm-hmm.
So I set up the traps and I was doing some researching on my phone because that's what I do. I'm a researcher. And I was also messaging Brandon and my parents and my sister. And I was like, oh my God, there's a fucking mouse in my apartment. What do I do? They were like,
I
you
would
need
have
to.
climbed a cat tree and be like, I live here now.
They were like, you gotta catch it. And I was like, I don't want to catch it. I don't want to have to do this. I don't want to do this. So I was Googling, trying to figure out. It was like, how to catch mouse traps, blah, 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 blah. Trying to figure out what type of thing to put on said trap. Because contrary to what Disney and TV shows have taught us, mice don't actually like cheese. They prefer like fattier, sugary foods like peanut butter and chocolate and granola and seeds and oats. Which
So you
I
had to
was
like make him dinner, like a whole charcuterie board.
I really did. And I was not happy about it because I don't want to make a mouse a charcuterie board. Like that's no.
Yeah, it's
Also,
charcuterie board of death.
exactly. Also, you can't touch the trap with your human hands because they will smell the human and then they won't want
Yeah.
to come out on the trap. So they
Mm-hmm.
say you have to wear gloves. So I had a pair of disposable gloves from when I dyed my hair pink, and I used that to put some of the chocolate granola I had on the trap.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but we gonna try it and see if this catches the mouse.
Does the mouse like chocolate granola?
Oh, the mouse loved the chocolate granola because the mouse got caught on the trap.
Oh, okay.
That is not the worst part of the story, though.
No.
The worst part of the story is the mouse got on the trap, and Hexa, who is the devil incarnate,
Yeah.
ran out and squished the mouse's leg while it was on the trap.
Like with her paw?
Yes. So even if the mouse
Uh,
wanted to move, it could not move because its leg was squished.
uh, okay. I'm
Not
just like trying to
only,
picture
there's
Hexa
more.
stomping a mouse's leg.
She did it just, I think she did it just one quick floof with her paw.
Yeah.
Not only did she do this because she is the devil incarnate, she would press her paw onto the mouse and press it into the floor so it would panic squeak.
Oh my god.
And she did this multiple times while I was trying to figure out what to put the mouse in to get rid of it out of my apartment.
She was torturing it.
She
Like
was.
she had it at a CIA black site, torturing it for information.
She was like,
And you were like, no, we're just like gonna rehome it to outdoors.
she was
And
like,
like,
I finally caught you. You are mine, and I am going to slowly, painfully murder you. Because if I had let her, she would have 100% mangled this mouse.
I feel like she was like using the Liam Neeson set of skills that we never get to see in
Mm-hmm.
those movies. But like he always talks about them. And I feel like Hexa was like, this is my chance to show you these set of skills. I've watched Taken a lot and
Mm-hmm.
I've taken notes.
She was like, I am going to show you why I am the best cat. Because not only have I caught this mouse, which she did not, but
She set the trap.
she caught the mouse, she mangled the leg. She's like, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to this mouse. So, because it got to the point where I'm pretty sure she was about to take like a chomp out of it, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
we're not having this. I'm not having mouse guts on my floor. That's disgusting.
Hmm.
I had to throw her in the bedroom. I remembered I kept her litter container because sometimes I use that and I like just scoop the dirty litter in that and then I just throw the container out.
Hmm.
So I threw the mouse in that.
Yeah.
It panic squeaked as well, of course, but I threw it in there. with the granola, so it had a snack at least.
It had a last meal.
And the last meal. Its last meal was chocolate coconut granola from Bulk Barn, which is delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
Um,
He's probably like, it wasn't worth it. The
but
trap would have been fine, but the cat was not.
because I have a very dark sense of humor, like you do,
Yeah.
before I brought the mouse out to get rid of it, I held up the container, looked at Hexa, and said, "Say goodbye to your friend."
And she's like, I wasn't finished with him. I was
And
trying to
she
get the locations of all his family members out of him before I was done. We only got through the first generation. This guy's got cousins all over the area.
Oh my god. And to top everything all up, I had a dream the night that I caught it that I was sweeping my apartment, and when I swept under my heater, a horde of mice just came running out. So that was fun.
Oh, I woke up in the middle of the night last night with like a stress dream. Like I wouldn't say full on nightmare because I've had really freaky ones that I've like woken up and been like, I can't go back to sleep. I can't, like, that's too much. I need to like watch something happy for a little bit. But like, it was a stress dream and it involved just me being like chased by a purple shark.
mm,
Yeah. It was like the dark purpley blue type of color. And like, I don't think any sharks on the planet have this actual coloring because it looked like a nurse shark shape with like
mhm, mhm,
that color. And I'm just like poking it with my foot, be like, no, 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 no. Because it just like keeps swimming toward me. And I'm like, no, no, go
mhm,
that way. No, I just like
mhm,
turn you that way.
mhm.
And just like, it was just on repeat. So it wasn't like terrifying because I hate sharks and I'm scared of sharks. But like, uh, it wasn't terrifying and like donna 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 like
Mhm.
it's coming after you. It was just like I was like in one area in this like little river, which obviously sharks totally known for living in rivers,
Of course.
and I'm
Well,
just like poke it out of the way with my toe, be like no 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 over there, and he's like okay turn around come back, and I'm like
mhm,
no 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 over there, and so it was just stressful, and I woke up and I was like I could just like had like the imprint of that shark's face like on my eyesight. So like every time I shut my eyes, I could see it. And I was like,
mhm, mhm,
seriously, this kind of shit again? Really?
mhm.
So I had to like stay up for a bit and be like, let's do something else. Let's watch a little something. Watch a nice YouTube video that doesn't involve sharks. Because otherwise, I'm just going to go straight back to sleep and be like, round two with the shark.
Not to like be that person, but bull sharks can go in rivers.
But it looked like a nurse shark.
No.
Yeah, it looked like a purple nurse shark. The river was the least unbelievable part of this.
Mhm.
But also, when you think shark, you don't think river, you think ocean. Majority of sharks in ocean.
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah,
So
but okay,
Melanie,
let's talk about what we're actually doing for this
what do we
51st
do in this
episode
episode?
extravaganza. It's not talking about our stressful dreams.
No.
Save that for another time.
It
We're
is
going to talk about all the episodes we've done so far,
yes.
all 50 of them
Mhm.
in detail. It's
Mhm.
going to take 50 days.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not really. We're going to make a top 5 episode
Yes.
list.
Mhm.
And one of us has prepared and one of
Mhm.
us has not. And
Mhm.
you're never going to guess which one is which because it's not normal. I
Yeah.
made my list. And Rachel just showed up.
I just
She
showed
was just
up.
ready to fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
But I went through because I couldn't remember anything besides like the last 3.
Mhm.
And, those are not all the top.
Mhm.
So I just like picked out a bunch that I really, really like to mention. And we're going to make, Rachel's going to suggest some, I'm going to suggest some, and we're going to make a top 5 cohesive, collective list between
Yep.
us.
Yep, we are.
Mhm.
Since you prepared, do you want to start off?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with the first episode we ever did. because that was, despite us having audio issues, the
Mhm.
episode was fantastic. And we were crying laughing. And it was
Yes.
called Things That Make You Say, But Why? We did weird laws and reviews, like the 1-star reviews, and
Mhm.
we found out how many rats is illegal to have
Yep.
in BC. You're not allowed to throw snowballs in somewhere in Alberta, I believe it was. You get arrested. A
Yeah.
bunch of 8-year-olds in lockup
Mhm.
there. And we had some iconic reviews, including one that I can't remember exactly what it was, but it involved a banana holder thing. And I still want that on my headstone, even though I'm going to be cremated. So,
Oh, yes, the banana holder.
yeah, I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was, but yes.
I should look it up because it made me so happy.
That is a good one, actually. And remember, we also found out, I think there was one about you could drag a dead horse through Yonge Street in Toronto?
Yes, I don't remember exactly what it was.
But it was something about like dragging a dead horse through the streets. I think it was like on Sunday or something. You could do it or something. Something like that.
Yeah, and in downtown St. John's, Newfoundland,
Hmm.
you're not allowed to drive your cows in the daylight, or is it
Yep.
after dark? One of them.
It was one of the two. Yep.
I definitely can't find this banana thing.
I don't even remember what it was, to be honest.
I don't know if this is it. Uh, no, it's not. But I found it and I have to. I don't know what it's for. It just popped up. I was trying to. Oh, it's a banana slicer review.
Oh, the banana slicer review.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh.
god, I lost it. Hold on. Yeah, it says, "No more waiting for you, Mr. Banana." And it was an Amazon one, 5 stars. It says, "Now I no longer have to shoot my bananas with a gun."
Right.
This wasn't the one that it was, but it showed
Oh.
up and I love it. For decades, I've been trying to come up with an ideal way to slice a banana. Use a knife, they say. Well, my parole officer won't allow me to be around knives. Shoot it with a gun. Background check. Hello. I had to resort to carefully attempt to slice those bananas with my bare hands. 99.9% of the time, I would get so frustrated that I ended up squishing the fruit in my hands and throwing it against the wall in a fit of anger. Then, after a fit of banana induced rage, my parole officer introduced me to this kitchen marvel, and my life was changed. No longer consumed by seething anger and animosity towards thick skinned yellow fruit, I was able to concentrate on my love of theater, and I'm writing a musical play about two lovers from rival gangs that just try to make it in the world. I think I'll call it South Side Story.
Oh my god.
Banana Slicer, thanks to you, I see greatness on the horizon. Now I no longer have to shoot my bananas with a gun.
So I'm gonna shoot my bananas with a gun.
Dear God. That episode was chaos, though.
Mhm.
Absolute chaos. Also, are you going to keep our list for us?
Oh, I should do that. Hang on, let me grab the notebook.
And Melanie, very prepared. Rachel, not prepared.
Rachel is not prepared, obviously. Hang on. 1 second. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay, so grab a pen. And we've got list. Episode 1.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
You got any episodes you want to shout out?
I think back to the episodes we've done and How we used to go really long. We still go really long, but it's fine.
Yeah,
We
we try
alternate
not to be
between
so long.
we try not to go so long, and then we just talk. But one of my favorites is that fan fiction you read for the Marvel one about Loki and the Penguins.
I forgot about that.
And just the fact that I was scream laughing that whole fanfic.
I want to reread that now.
And I was crying because of it.
Yeah. I
Especially
was.
because we got on the topic of, I think one of the things we looked at was what was like a group of penguins called,
Hmm.
because there was the word in the fanfic and we were like, that can't be real.
Yeah,
What is a group of penguins called?
I'm here Googling it too. Okay, so Waddle is one of them,
It was
but there
Waddle.
was a.
That's what it was. And I was like, a waddle?
Was it Waddle though?
Yes, that was the one that was in
I
the.
thought there was another one.
There's Colony, Huddle, Raft, Rookery, Tuxedo, and Waddle.
A tuxedo.
Yeah.
Like they, yeah, I guess they look like they're wearing tuxedos, but
A
like
group of penguins in the
all
water.
together, they're one tuxedo.
A group of penguins in the water is called a raft, but on land they're called a waddle. And I just remember crying, and my stomach hurt so much from laughing, because just the way that it started was like, it's the penguins. Or however it started.
Yeah, and they just wait. He had a relationship with a penguin.
He did. He was
He
like,
had a child.
the penguin's a gentle lover or something like that.
Yes.
Whatever one of the lines were.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Hmm.
Oh my god, and it just got more and more chaotic.
Yeah, it just got weirder and weirder and weirder.
Oh my god, I need to reread that
I know. I want
because
to
I
read
can't remember
it.
anything except that yeah, we laughed over that and that it was insane.
Hmm.
But oh my god, it feels like a fever dream.
That was honestly, that episode was a fever dream.
Oh my god, what episode number was that?
That's number 6.
6? That was that long ago?
Yeah, it was. I almost feel like we need to do another one of those and see if we can find some more cracked fanfic.
Yeah, we need to go back and reread some fan fiction again. Not reread, read fan fiction of
Hmm.
things.
Hmm. Hmm.
Marvel is always fun, but I feel like we should try something else. I bet Game of Thrones fan fiction gets weird.
Oh, I bet you there's some wild Game of Thrones fan fictions. I know some wild Harry Potter ones.
Yeah, I I also like the alternate universe ones, which
Hmm.
are like we'll use those characters and then put them somewhere else. Because can you imagine like Game of Thrones characters in space? Right? Like what the fuck? But like, imagine just them in space, but they don't understand it because they're like medieval and they're the
Hmm.
same people. They were just like transported. Like they wake up one day and all of a sudden they're just in spacesuits in space,
Hmm.
and they're just like, "What the fuck is this?" And then like it totally explain the White Walkers too, because anyone takes off their suit is just
Yeah.
gonna like freeze, and they're like, "Oh, White Walker," because he's frozen. Yeah, that's what I wanted out of that joke. I
Yes.
wanted a sigh in discontent and exhaustion. That makes me laugh. Yeah,
Oh,
that
I
makes me
know.
happy.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
You got another one for us?
Yeah. This one uh is episode 7,
Okay.
Demented
The
Squirrel
Demented
Energy
Squirrel.
and a Body Party.
The
It was our
stupid
first time doing
burrito.
true crime,
Yep.
and it was an insane story. And I remember I told it, you didn't know anything about it before, and
Mhm.
I remember when I heard it on, like, I think it was Bose's channel. on YouTube, and I was like, this is insane. I
Mm-hmm.
need other people to know this and experience this with me. Because, and then, I coined the iconic line, demented squirrel brain energy, which now I use like all the time in my daily life, and people look at me
Yeah.
weird.
Yep.
Um, but just like the fact that this teenager killed his parents, put them in their bedroom, and said, "You know how I'm gonna hide the fact that I killed my parents?" And the reason again was to just have a party in
Mm-hmm.
high school, right?
Yep.
Just the house party he wanted to have, and they wouldn't let him. So he's like, "I'll kill you, and then I'll have the house party." But I'm not going to hide the bodies really well. I'm just going to take every piece of furniture I could find in this house and
Mm-hmm.
put it on top of you guys
Yep.
in your bed. So
Yep.
he just made like what should have been the start of a bonfire, but it was in the master bedroom. And he just shut the door and he's like, no one will find that. They'll just open the door, see all the kitchen chairs piled up, and be like, nothing
Mm-hmm.
weird in there. Definitely don't need to investigate that.
No, definitely not. I think
Also,
for me, that was just the fact that, like, he wanted to have a house party and they said no, I'm pretty sure. And then he was like, well,
mm-hmm,
murder is the only option at this rate.
yeah.
He
It wasn't
didn't
like,
try
I'll
to,
wait
like,
till they go out of town and then
yeah.
throw one while they're gone.
Like
It was
what
like,
normal people do is they wait till their parents go out of town and throw it.
mm-hmm,
But nah, he's like, I gotta murder. It's my only option.
mm-hmm. And he didn't plan it to have, like, to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't plan shit. He just, like, killed them and then decided, how do I hide the bodies? I know. Build a giant pile of shit. I'll just turn into a fucking beaver and make a
Mm-hmm.
dam in the master bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I should have said demented beaver energy.
You should have, but you said
But all I
squirrel.
could think was like squirrels, like just like going and grabbing nuts and like bringing it back to their like little hole in the tree thing,
Mhm.
you know? Just like gathering everything. And like squirrels are just so like insane anyway, all over the place. I also like that the fact that everybody went to this house party and there was blood everywhere that he didn't clean up, and they're just like, "Yeah, it's probably fine."
Mhm.
Like how long it took for somebody to call the police was hours and hours, but there was blood like everywhere. Like people were
Yeah.
picking up their drinks and putting their hands on stuff and going, "Ew, what's this gross sticky stuff?" You're like, "Ah, maybe just a party foul."
It's just like, oh,
Yeah,
that's just
just
corn
murder
syrup
most
with
foul.
the red food coloring, you know.
Hmm.
Just practicing my Halloween costume super early
Yeah, in July.
in July. Yeah. Halloween in July is what I was doing.
Yeah, that one was just like morbidly funny.
Hmm.
We should do more true crime again.
We should.
You got one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I I think about this episode 20 when we did the AI generator with Lexi.
I don't remember much of that episode, honestly.
I I just remember we were giving each other prompts
Mm-hmm.
and basically it was like a contest to see who could get the weirdest thing from AI.
Yeah.
And we had Lexi on, so we would take turns doing it. I think Lexi actually won that episode.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm just reading I'm just reading the description because I forgot I put it into AI to get a description of the
Oh,
episode.
right. Read the description.
On the podcast this week, Melanie and Rachel discuss their shared struggles in falling into the trap of thinking that everyone else is experiencing exactly the same thing they are in their relationships, getting pulled into the downward spiral of self pity and finding the false silver lining in those around them having the toughest times. Please be advised that this podcast contains explicit language and may not be suitable for all listeners.
ChatGPT is just so responsible. Like, they should know.
I think the one thing that stood out from that episode is we somehow got on the topic of, like, was it the milkman or flowers or something? And one of the prompts was about someone owning a flower shop for a funeral. Is how we got.
I honestly don't remember much at all.
Oh
I don't remember
god.
anything that we came up with.
I just remember that I think one of the prompts was flowers for a funeral, and one of the prompts we gave was I'm a lawyer, and I think one of yours was like I'm a lawyer, she says, talking to someone in a bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that was another one that we just laughed so hard. And I know Lexi, I think Lexi really enjoyed that too because it was just like the most randomest thing that were coming
Yeah.
up.
And she'd actually never seen any of the like content online
Mhm.
of people making that or like trying to use that stuff. So she was in shock that this existed, really.
Yeah, because we used the website InferKit, which is they used it on Distractable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, oh god.
You know what one that I think about a lot, and I don't even remember most of the details, but I just
Mhm.
think about this because
Mhm.
I came up with this weird character, and can you
Mhm.
guess what it is?
Is it Fernando?
No, no. So Fernando shows up a lot, but that's not an
Mhm.
episode. We have an episode called Brianna the Skinwalker,
Brianna the
and she never comes up again.
Skinwalker.
I just like immediately forgot her.
We
But
made a
I spent the
CW
whole fucking
plot
episode,
for her and everything.
yeah, like pitched a whole CW TV show of Brianna the Skinwalker. And I can't
Oh,
remember much of what happened.
oh, I can't remember, but we were talking about it was going to be like some CW with Brianna the Skinwalker, and she had a friend who was a zombie or something. But yeah, we made up Brianna the Skinwalker, and we have never brought her up ever yet.
Yeah, and the Skinwalker episode was just, I think, you telling me what
Hmm.
walkers are and like going into detail about like the lore, the history,
Hmm.
all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what I need to do? I'm gonna pitch a CW TV show plot, like of Brianna the Skinwalker character.
Yeah.
Like, move over Vampire Diaries. Brianna the Skinwalker is coming to town.
Oh, that was a good one, though. One that I think about every now and then, too, because it was such an awful movie. Dino Shark.
Oh my god. Uh,
And how
I blocked
bad
that out.
that was.
I
Because
blocked it out.
I even made a TikTok about watching that movie.
Did I watch that movie?
We both did, because it was free on YouTube. We did it when we were doing our movie watch.
I Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
Because
because like I
you,
always thought it was supposed to have legs and like run
yeah,
around on land.
because you so famously was like, no, this creature of antiquity
Yes,
was
I
one of the
remember.
things that stood out to me.
Creature of antiquity.
Oh my god.
Yes, the description of the movie. Like
Hmm.
what is that called? The synopsis. So
Yeah.
the synopsis they wrote was talking about the creature of antiquity, and it was also just like very verbose and
Hmm.
expressive and sophisticated. And then you see the movie and you're like, the fuck is this? I was expecting some Hollywood Oscar worthy performances,
Hmm.
especially from the CGI dino sharks, if it's a creature of antiquity,
Yeah.
right? Like, it might better be the Meryl Streep of sharks.
Oh, yeah.
But no. I still think it would be better if they had just, instead of made like the shark look like more like bumpy and like
Hmm.
it looked more like a crocodile
Hmm.
with a shark tail.
Yeah.
Like, instead, if they had just given it legs and made it like a T-Rex with a shark head and chased them on land, way worse.
Yes.
Like, it's both way worse and way better. Like,
Hmm.
way better for comedy, way worse for a horrifying looking thing, because it's more
Hmm.
just like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, just imagine this thing running towards you with a shark's head,
Yeah, and
but a
fins,
T-Rex
no arms.
body.
It's like
Tiny little
the
arms.
bottom half, T-Rex, the top half, shark. Yeah.
It's got fins instead of tiny little arms.
Yes. And somehow it still has gills, but it
Yep.
doesn't die.
Somehow it can breathe out the outside of the water.
I don't know if it's actually breathing, or maybe why it's running around so demented is because of the oxygen deprivation, and it can only breathe underwater, but it doesn't die because it's like, um, immortal or some shit.
Yeah.
We should just repitch. We should do an episode repitching movies
Yeah, we
to
should.
make them better.
So we can
Maybe
fix
the
we can
quotation
fix
marks are
that with
around
that.
that.
It's like me with the milkman. I can fix him.
Yes, we can fix all the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I I put on mine episode 23, two sentence horror and a Jesus podcast, which iconic title, Rachel.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
But
I'm very proud of my titles.
and I'm just like going back and reading through them to try to like pick out some. I was like, damn, the title game is on point.
I'm so good
Ugh,
at my titles.
yeah. But this two sentence horror that we did, the first one we ever did of that,
Hmm.
where we read other people's and
Yeah.
didn't try to pitch any and like did good ones.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, I don't even remember half of what they were, but I remember laughing my ass off at really horrific shit. So if I had like a
Yes.
reaction of like, oh, that's horrifying, I would just cackle.
That's actually in the description.
Yeah.
It says, we're starting off our spooky season with some two-sentence horror stories and deciding if they have actual spook factor or if they just make Melanie laugh. She laughs at all of them, so that's not a real deciding factor.
Yeah. Just emotional dysregulation from years of trauma. And, you can laugh at horrific shit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just for 10 payments of 19.95 a month.
Exactly. And if you buy it now, you get an additional laugh for free.
An additional trauma response for
I,
free.
I don't know why. I don't know how Jesus got into this one though.
I feel like that might have been the episode where we were talking about um the, I'm like, do I out myself like this? Because did we talk about this? I don't know. But like weird Mormon traditions of like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
soaking and like the jumping on the bed thing
Yes,
and
yeah.
stuff. I feel like we talked about that there.
That probably, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what the jumping on the bed thing was though.
I don't know either, but I do
I
remember.
don't I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was called. I do remember what it was because
Hmm.
it was like, oh, we're not having sex. We're just like, like penis and vagina lying there, and then our friends jump on the bed so they do the movement for us, and we're not just in it.
Right.
But I don't remember what it's called. Yeah.
Oh god, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens. Honestly, when I edit the episodes, I forget a lot of the things that are said. And then when I'm listening back and editing them, I'll be like, I forget. And then I just start laughing hysterically while I'm editing because I forgot half the shit that we said. And I'm like, we're so funny. Like, we're so
We
funny.
are. We
Or
are
we're
the
just
funniest.
unhinged. One of the two.
Both.
Both.
You
We're
can be
funny
both.
unhinged.
You don't have to choose just one, ladies. You can be both.
You can be both.
Oh
Uh,
God.
I also enjoyed the episode 24 where we did the red flags but make it fashion.
Yeah, that's actually on my list, the next one.
That's where, if you're not familiar, we took iconic uh horror
Game.
movie
Oh,
antagonist. What did you say?
I said game because I thought you were gonna say like an iconic game because like
No,
card game. But
no, we
like,
took iconic horror movie antagonist and we made them not as scary by giving them makeovers. So Melanie's was all 90s themed,
yeah, and
and
like
mine was just
the,
random.
the game red flags is like usually a dating type of game, like a
Mhm,
dating simulator style board game or card game.
mhm,
So like somebody picks up a card is like, or no, somebody's their turn, they're the
mhm,
judge, and they're like, I want to date a certain person, and then everybody tries to pitch like a certain hunk for them to to
mhm.
date, and then the other people around the table give red flag cards to try to make their person look better by making their opponent's person look worse.
Yeah.
And so we did that, but of course we can't do it normal.
Mhm.
And we didn't want to date these horror movie killers.
It was more so just who would you rather be chased by, I think. Or
Yeah, it was
who's
more like,
scarier of the options because we drew
yeah,
a list of names and
hmm,
we had something done up for them.
yeah. And yours were like random, like you just
Hmm.
made up things, like there was no theme. I don't know why I settled on a 90s theme
I
and
don't
just
know.
brought all the 90s toys and fads to come back for just one more kill.
Hmm.
You know, just like when in the movie when you think the killer is dead and then they come back for one more
Hmm.
scare. It's just they come back for one more kill. So you had your skip its, your bop its, your bedazzled shit. And you told me this the other day that Jason bedazzled his own mask
Faith, I
because his
think it
mommy
was
was dead.
his mommy was dead.
I forgot I said that part.
Because he bedazzled and it was like, oh, did you bedazzle? It's like, I had to bedazzle it myself, guys. It's like, yeah, my mommy couldn't help me because she's dead.
Yeah, I think I had someone with a Tamagotchi.
Yep.
Um, God, what else was there?
One of mine was just every time Jason walked, it was just Jason Derulo.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Freddie had wet spaghetti fingers
Oh
instead of
yeah,
claws, so
and
he
it
could just.
still grosses me out. Oh, oh,
And
I'd rather
I
have claws.
remember John Kramer turned into a Valley girl who's a Pisces.
Oh my god, I'd love to see that made. Just like one scene. That's all I need. Oh, Brianna the Skinwalker in Saw.
I
She's
just need
Jigsaw.
a scene of you guys. It's just so difficult because I'm a Pisces.
Like press the button or something already, okay? Like I have a nail appointment at 4.
Hmm.
Can't be around forever. What you die slow. It's so inconvenient for me.
It's so inconvenient.
You know what my next one is though?
What?
After that,
What?
the other red flags we did, which is episode 38, Red Flags
Yay.
Hollywood Hunks.
That's 31, not 38.
I don't type right. 31.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Uh-huh.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't remember everything we did. I know I was mad at you because you got Jensen Ackles.
Yep.
Um, and then I took it out on you a lot.
You really took it out of me.
But my favorite thing from it was I had Idris Elba and you made him like a rooster man.
Rooster.
Like he didn't turn into a rooster. He just thought he was a rooster.
Yep.
So he couldn't speak when this happened. And he would just start like crying and
And pecking and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like in the middle
Rooster
of a
time is what
restaurant.
you named it.
What?
You named it
Rooster
Rooster
time?
time.
Yeah, so rooster time was such a good time. And I remember I think I picked him.
You did pick the rooster time, yeah.
And you were shocked. You were like, the other ones are so much better. Why would you
I
want to
picked
live
it
with this?
especially because if I remember correctly, Rooster Time also had Celine Dion playing.
Yeah, but the rooster time beat it out, okay? Like rooster time isn't a red flag, okay? That's so green. Such a green flag. It's
Oh
the best
God.
thing I've ever heard, okay? I want to just be near someone who I know is not mentally ill, but
Hmm.
just all of a sudden rooster, just
Hmm.
rooster behavior. And then like I don't know, do I have to put him on a leash?
I
What do I
remember
do
you
with
asking, like, do I have to put him on a leash? Like,
him? And just like the scene that you had over like in the middle of a restaurant
hmm,
and he's doing this and I just picture him like standing up
standing on
like
the
in that
chair,
yeah standing on the chair
crouched.
like the crouch
Yeah.
and pecking at the food and us getting asked to leave and then I have got to try to just like corral this rooster
Gotta
man
corral
out
the rooster interest.
and then they're like can we have a doggy bag to go or a rooster bag for this food. He seems to be enjoying it. And if I take him home like this, he'll just be peckish. I didn't say that then. I should have. That was so good. I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, I'm very proud of you.
Anyway, I want to do red flags again. This is how I pitch this.
Okay. We could do
We can
red
have
flags
more
for a lot of
roosters. Oh my god, we should bring them back. We should
You
bring the
want
characters back.
you want more rooster time?
I want more roosters.
You want more roosters address?
More just rooster Elbas.
Yeah. That was a
Now when
good
I
one
see him
though.
in something, I'm like, but when do you go rooster time? Like, when?
uh,
I have two more,
okay.
but they're very recent. But just like the red flags are the same fucking thing. It's the both introvert and extrovert ones.
Oh yes, those ones are.
Because we went so unhinged
Hmm.
and I was dying laughing the entire time. And I just want to do that more. I love when we do like games.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I think I one of mine is I like the I also like the series we did where we talk about the top 10 betrayals and just our
Mm,
gripes with series in general.
yeah.
However, I know for a fact that for episode 480 when we did the original top 10 betrayals, something I said lives rent free in your head.
Yes.
So when I was complaining about my yogurt being in the wrong spot and I was very upset and you said, my yogurt, I can't find my yogurt. I feel like an idiot.
No, you said that.
I said that. That lives rent
It came
free
out
in
of
your
your
head.
mouth, woman.
That lives rent free in your head is me going, I can't find my yogurt. I feel like an idiot.
You didn't say it right though. So how you said it then, which is why it was so great,
Hmm.
it was like, I can't find my yogurt. I feel like an idiot. And it was that voice too. She's like, I'm in the grocery store. I can't find it. And this is a betrayal. I can't find my yogurt. I feel like an idiot. And that plays in my head over and over. I just can't stop. It's a problem.
Oh.
You don't have to live in this head, but I do. And I have that line in that voice happen all the time.
Yeah, mine alternates between random sounds I hear on TikTok. Currently don't have one in my head at the moment.
And what's the other thing?
Um, every now and then my brain will just go, and it's from it was a sound on TikTok, but it's an original YouTube video. It's
Hmm.
a D&D one, Dungeons and Dragons, for those who are not with the lingo. And it's about a guy, he's like, I cast Vicious Mockery, nat 20, let's go. You're a short motherfucker and nobody likes you. Or the other part that sometimes is his body's just lying there, right? Yeah, loot that body, playing my flute while I loot that dead kid's body.
It's morbid. I like it.
So it's one of those two that every now and then I'll just be like, loot that body, playing my flute while I loot that dead kid's body. The other thing
Oh.
is I recently watched The Marvels. Not recently, it's been like a month or so since I seen it.
Hmm.
I and I went and seen it with Lauren. I we were pissing ourselves laughing because there's a scene in
Why?
the movie. This is kind of a spoiler, but have you seen Captain Marvel before I continue?
No, I have no interest.
Okay. So anyways, there's a cat. Cat's name is Goose.
Okay, now I'm
Um
interested.
Goose is what is called a flurkin, which is some type of alien in a cat body.
Oh, what now?
A
A flirkin.
flurkin. A flurkin.
I think we just found, uh, since Fernando and I broke up, I think I'm got a new name.
You got a new name for
New
your
name for
new man in
hobby number
2024,
two.
flurkin. Anyways, and the flurkins like have tentacles that come out of their mouth and they eat things.
But do they go rooster time?
No, but
Because that's a deal breaker.
there's a scene in the movie where they're trying to evacuate people off the space station that they have up and that Nick Fury has up in space. And they're trying to figure out how to get everybody off the space station. And they discover that Goose, uh,
Mm-hmm.
the original
The
cat
flirkin.
from Captain Marvel, has laid a bunch of eggs. And now there's all
As
these
cats named geese do.
exactly. And now there's a bunch of baby flurkins that are all little tiny kittens. And they can hold a lot of things in their stomach. So they just are like, well, we're just going to get the flurkins to eat everybody so we can fit everybody on the escape pods. And the scene in the movie is accompanied by like, I think Ave Maria is playing, if I remember correctly. So it's just, you see people running and you just hear Ave Maria. And there's also an announcement going on that's like, do not panic, let the flurkins eat you.
Okay, I need to watch this.
And it's just so, I'm not doing it justice, but it was the funniest fucking thing I have ever seen next to the screaming goats from Thor Love and Thunder. Like, oh, just the scene of Ave Maria and let the flurkins eat you. All these little cats running around, just tentacles coming out of their mouth and grabbing people.
Do not panic. Let the flirkins eat you.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see this movie then.
Yes, you're gonna have to watch it because like I said, it's beautiful.
Hmm. Well, speaking of movies,
Hmm.
one of my favorite episodes, Introvert versus Extrovert, Spooky Edition, episode 48,
Hmm.
where we did like horror movie tropes and put
Hmm.
ourselves in those situations as an introvert versus an extrovert and see if we could survive. And
Hmm.
we went so unhinged.
Yep.
One of which I did was a plot, reverse the plot of Old to make it young. Yeah,
Young.
I was particularly happy with that. And what I've written down is Rachel has a death wish and keeps ruining Melanie's plans. So I'm like trying to move the plot along. I think it was Wendigos with the car and like
Yeah.
shaking the car, and I'm like, what do? And you're like, play TikToks. like listen to TikToks and sing along. And I'm like, what? And then like I'm like, okay, you got the phone off. Great. You might survive this. And then you're like, I sing the Jurassic Park theme song. And I'm like, I'm trying to sound, you idiot. What are you doing? It's kept making it worse. And then like there was one with the plot of old but backwards, and like it was in a cornfield
Yeah.
first, and like I was like, do you turn around? And you're like, no. And I'm like, but please look, because it's corn's gonna like close and it's gonna be cool. And you're like, you wouldn't look. And I'm like, this is an audio format, so if you don't look, I can't tell you. And I can't just show the audience. It's not show and tell, it's just tell.
Just tell.
You were driving me insane. But I was having the best time too, because I was dying laughing. But like, so frustrating. I was like, just do what I want. And I had to keep like improvising new things because you just wouldn't interact with my shit. But the car thing with you being like, I sing the Jurassic Park theme song and watch TikToks, and you wouldn't look out the windows or anything. And you just like let yourself die.
Yep. No, I took one of the friends. I took one of our friends with me.
Yeah, I know you did. You took Quiet Girl.
I took Quiet Girl with me.
She was hidden. She might have survived. And you're like, I'm being killed. Come on out.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on Lose Your Guts. The game show where we get cut in half and we lose our guts.
Vivisection.
Oh, yeah. You were so mad at me that episode because I would not give in to what you wanted. Which was
Besides that, like you weren't making smart decisions.
I know. I'm
and
so
you're
dumb.
a horror fan. You know the rules.
But I wanted to be dumb.
Yeah, and just I sing the Jurassic Park theme song. That's another thing that lives rent free in my head. Just that line. Like, what do? I sing the Jurassic Park theme song. I might get in like a bad situation sometime. Like if I'm ever at like a bank robbery and I'm not the one robbing the bank, then I'm just gonna start singing that.
You sing the Jurassic Park theme song.
Mm-hmm. If I am robbing the bank, if I'm that one, I won't be doing that because then they'll know it's me. Mm-hmm. I'll have to like, I don't know, do the Jaws theme or something to really throw them off.
You have to let them know that you're the bad one by singing the Jaws theme song.
Mm-hmm. I love how we're saying singing it, but there's no words. So it's really just going, ah.
Yeah, it's literally just going like, dun, 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 dun.
Also, like, sharks, most intimidating animal to chase you. Like, are they mammals?
No.
Because they're cold-blooded, right?
No fish.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're most intimidating non-human thing to chase you that exists in real life. Because if you think about it, they come at you and they shake their head back and forth the way they swim, right? Mm-hmm. So they're literally like doing an intimidating gesture as they come at you.
Yeah.
Right? I think about that way too often. I admit. It's just like, of any kind of creature to be like killed by, that one has to like taunt you first. And it's just like their natural movement. But it's like, and it also goes along with the whole donna, donna. Like,
yeah.
It couldn't be worse as if they just started singing the Jaws theme song while they did it. Okay, you got any more? Because I got one left.
Let me just see. I do like the one where I just made up a game show on the spot for you. Guess that definition.
Ah, yeah, that was fun.
And you were panicking the whole time because I would not tell you what we were doing. And I was trying to get you to engage in small talk, and you're like, no, I just want to get into whatever this is. Don't small talk me. I'm too nervous. Small talk.
And small talk is horrifying to me anyway. Right? People are like, oh, you just small talk. You like talk about the weather or some shit. And I'm like, are you having an existential crisis recently? No.
You're just
What are
like,
your thoughts on,
bees?
life after death? Just small talk topics. What's the purpose of life? Let's talk about it in small form.
That was my favorite one because I found the most. I literally came up with it like I think the day before we recorded. I was like, "This is a great idea. I'm gonna make her panic. Let's do this." And I just found the most random words on Urban Dictionary
Yeah.
and had you guess what the definitions were.
I also like that we did kind of like spelling bee rules
Yep.
where I'd ask you things like the country of origin and shit,
Yep. Can you
and
use it
you
in
would
a
give hints.
sentence?
To use it in a sentence, I don't remember like what it was specifically, but at least once you really pissed me off with it because it's like I asked you to use it in a sentence, and the sentence usually has some context to it.
Hmm.
You gave a sentence with no context clues. Like the word is flirkin. And like that sentence does not tell me anything except flirkin is a word. How am I supposed to get a definition when you'd be like, the flirkins were eating all the people in their giant tummies, right? Like that would have given you some context. You're just like, the word is flirkin. I don't remember how you structured the sentence though, but it was like that kind of thing. And I was just I remember arguing with you about that a couple of times to be like, Rachel, that's not what it was. That was fun though. Stressful but fun.
Oh, that one was fun. Especially you were like the country of origin. I was like, this one is
I've been to.
because the Urban Dictionary doesn't have the country of origin on it. Like I just made it up.
I didn't expect it to have a country of origin, Rachel. You say it like I've been under this belief this whole time that these were real countries
I know.
they came from.
Oh god.
My last favorite
Hmm.
is the one we just did, which is introvert versus extrovert holiday edition.
The holiday
It's episode
edition.
50, and just chaos ensued. It reigned supreme.
Hmm.
I started off unhinged. I hadn't had like more than like maybe 2 hours sleep the night
I
before.
think you had 3
Worked all
hours of
day.
sleep were the exact numbers.
One of this,
Yeah.
who knows? And I was just out of it. And it just went completely unhinged. And I made so many jokes about my vagina and that Mariah Carey broke my vagina.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I heard All I Want for Christmas Is You, my vagina just broke.
Yep.
And that's all I could think about then over the holidays. Every time I heard that fucking song, and I was around my super Catholic family,
Hmm.
who, if I said that, they would like immediately exorcise me. And like, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
But I remember the scene where Fernando is singing All I Want for Christmas Is You, and the cringe that I felt, full body cringe. Like, and I was like, immediately I break up with him. The
And he
drug
was
use is
pointing at you
not
and
the problem.
everything, like, this is for you, baby.
Yeah, it's just, oh god, being sang to, like being serenaded.
Hmm.
Like some people think that's romantic. Me, I have like a full body reaction of like, I need to escape this realm. My soul must leave my body now.
Yeah, and then us just getting on the topic of like, oh, when are you having kids? And us just being like, oh, do you want to join us next time so you can make sure we're doing it correctly? How do I need to position myself to make sure I'm pregnant? And then talking about Brandon being like, yeah, he's trying to speed run this. Like he's timing himself.
Yeah.
You want to see how fast he can eat this shrimp?
Here, you hold the stopwatch. And then the pulling out the giant oversized chart of
Yep.
male anatomy and asking for them to point out where the man carries the baby
Yeah.
in what part.
Oh, or
He's
the
even
Venn
trying to figure it
diagram
out.
of like the circle that's like my business and then you. It's like I don't see where you belong in my business.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then oh god, what was it? Gary and Susan
Yes, Gary and
from
Susan.
from the company in HR, and then they went off to start a Christmas tree farm because we just decided Hallmark Christmas plot time,
Just the two of us.
as we do every episode. Pitch a Hallmark movie.
Oh god.
Honestly, we've pitched a lot of shit.
We
We've
have.
pitched a CW show, a Hallmark movie. Um, we've pitched like revamps of movies, what
Yep.
they should have done. Like,
Yep.
we do a lot of these things.
We do.
I think we're in the wrong career.
I think we
We just
are.
want to pitch television and TV and movies.
Yeah.
Television, TV, and movies. Like television and TV are two different things.
I
I just listed them.
You know what's funny is my brain didn't even register that you said that wrong. I was like, yep, television, TV, and movies.
You were just like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, no,
And you were
I'm
like,
broken.
wait a minute.
I is broken.
But my brain was like, yep, that's right.
I'm still on the Flurkin thing, okay? I never recovered. And the penguins.
And the pain. Oh god.
Oh my god. So we have a lot of episodes here that are amazing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's 51 of them to be exact,
Yeah,
but we need to pick a top 5.
we do.
It's like if we were going to sell this podcast to be like, these are the top 5 episodes you should listen to really get a vibe for the podcast and like see if you'd enjoy it, because
Yeah,
you will.
yeah.
These are the top 5.
And we're not biased at all.
We need to cut these down.
We do.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say right off the bat that the one of the red flags needs to make it.
Okay.
And I
Do you
mean,
have a
as much as I love Rooster Time, I feel like the spooky one was better overall.
I think the spooky one was I think the better one just for the sole fact that there was so many like because the thing about that we did it differently with the hunks versus the spooky. The spooky we just gave them one thing to like make them a bad horror movie villain.
Mm-hmm.
And so I agree. I think that one should
Well,
be.
you did.
Well,
You
I
gave
did.
them one thing, and I was like, no, they get the whole 90s.
You're like they're having 90s makeovers.
Yeah, 90s threw up on them, okay?
Okay.
They're covered in glitter and like chunky shoes.
And they have skip-its and bop-its. One of them has a Tamagotchi. Like, it's a whole thing.
Can't kill while you're bopping it.
Exactly.
Or you lose.
Okay, so let's do that one. We'll just pick the 5 and then we can pick where they go on the list.
Yeah.
I do think because it is our first baby, I think episode 1 should go on the list.
Mm-hmm. But why?
But why?
Yeah, I think that one, like, I still think about that,
Mm-hmm.
like the rat thing.
I get people bring up the rat thing in Twitch chats when I'm there because they've listened to it and they'll be like, "Oh, I have this many rats," and I'm like, "Are you sure about that?"
It might be illegal.
Might be illegal. You better be careful.
Yeah, I feel like that one has to go on.
And also considering it has the beautiful review of for Silence of the Lambs, 1 out of 5 stars, not a single lamb.
Yeah, and then we did one, not to go on this list, but just honorable mention.
Uh-huh.
We did an episode where we came up with like bad movie idea,
Yeah.
not reviews,
Summaries.
synopsises.
Yeah.
Yeah. Synopsises? Synopsises.
Synopsises.
Synopsis.
Synopsises.
Synapses in your brain.
Yes.
They're misfiring right now.
Brain go burr.
But in that one, I ended up being like, not a single lamb. 1 out of 5 stars or 0 to 5 stars or something. And you're like, oh, that's that review. And I was like, what?
And you were like, what
No,
review?
I wrote this. I thought it was original.
And I was like, no, Melanie, it's not. You didn't write it. It's
Yeah,
from a movie
then,
review.
Existential crisis as I accidentally plagiarize
Mm-hmm. And
as a
as a writer,
writer.
that is the most horrible thing you can do is
Yeah,
plagiarize.
that is the most horrible thing you can do besides singing All I Want for Christmas Is You in a real cringe way at somebody to like serenade them, which you should know your partner by then if you've been together for years, as Fernando and I had allegedly been. And
Yes.
he was like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything you like. I'm going to do something that you're going to hate
I'm not going to
and have
sing
such a
death metal.
visceral reaction.
Okay.
Like, you know what you hate? Mariah Carey, and also being made the center of attention
Yes.
without your willingness to participate in it, and
Mm-hmm.
then being sung to. All of it. Hate it all. I'm going to do it all at once.
I think we got to put one of the introvert versus extrovert on there.
Yes.
But which one?
I don't know, because, see, the spooky one, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We both love horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the fact that every time I tried to pitch anything of like, this is where the plot of this thing is going to go,
Mm-hmm.
you were like, Uno reverse card on me every time. And I start singing the Jurassic Park theme song. It's just the funniest shit to me. At the time, I was so frustrated with you. But now I just can't stop laughing about it. So besides the fact, Mariah Carey broke my vagina and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. But like, and I'm so proud of reversing the plot of old, but make it young.
Young.
And then you killed me at the end.
Yes.
I was like,
Let's
very
do
good,
that.
very nice.
Let's do that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what, is that 3 or 4?
We've got 3, so we need 2 more.
Okay. I mean, I just keep coming back to look at Brianna the Skinwalker because I love that character and I need to remember what the character is so that I can bring her back.
You might have to like re-listen to it to remember, but we can put Brianna the Skinwalker on the list.
I don't know if she's going to stay there, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, of course, Brianna is on every list.
Yes.
Every list.
Everywhere.
Right? She is an icon.
She's iconic.
Yeah, she is
Mm-hmm.
a hero of our generation. And she knows it.
She 100% knows it. Okay, we need to pick one more.
I don't have the ones you said written down.
Okay.
So I don't know.
We said the Marvel one. Demented Squirrel Energy was the one you said.
Mm-hmm.
The AI generator. Okay, no, we got to put the AI generator one on the list. We gotta put that one on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the audio was a little weird because I wasn't at my own place, but we got to put that one on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have our 5 selected. Now we need to do the difficult task of ordering them.
Okay. So how are we going to like hierarchize this? See the word is used? It's crazy. It's like I'm a writer.
So I think how we should determine the criteria is how hard we laughed during the episode.
Yep.
If
Agreed.
it lives rent free in our head,
yes.
Certain lines, and how we reacted talking about it in this moment. I
Oh, I
think
want to put top 10 betrayals on now.
because of the yogurt.
Yogurt and like the rants and just going off topic about like just like not off topic but like
Mhm.
on tangents
Mhm.
about Bucky and Steve, and then you not even knowing who Rick and Shane are from Walking Dead, but I'm like, I'm gonna tell you their whole history and I hate it so much. But I can tell you everything about them. Oh my god. Are we good? Oh.
Do we want to
I
swap
feel
one of
like
them
I
out
feel
for
like
the
we need to
top
swap
10?
one.
Okay.
Um what about Brianna the Skinwalker?
As much as we love her,
Yeah.
yeah, let's swap
She's
out.
only come back once.
Yeah,
She only come up once in this episode of
exactly.
us just doing that, right? But we can't remember exactly what about her
But we
besides
can
the fact she
remember
had
the
like a
fact
valley
that I
girl.
said, I can't find my yogurt. I feel like
Yeah.
an idiot.
I mean, it might also be the fact that that's much more recent than Brianna.
It's not that recent. It's July. That one came out.
Yeah, but Brianna the Skinwalker was episode 9.
Yeah, I know.
That was 42 episodes ago. I'm confident in that math. For sure.
And that one came out in April of 22nd, 2022.
Yeah. That's like year and a half
Uh-huh.
compared to like what, like 5 months ago?
5 months ago? 6 months ago?
July was the 7th month, and this is the 12th. 5.
That's how
I
math
can do
works.
that math.
Yeah, I can't.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do think that one is just the fact of the many tangents we went on and you being like, I'm going to tell you this whole story, even though you've never seen the show before in your life. And you're going to like it.
Yeah. And it wasn't one that stuck out to me
Mm-hmm.
anymore. Like, I forgot what episode that came out in about the yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
But when you brought that up, I was like, oh my God, that was amazing. And then, like, and that wasn't even like a thought to me of like when I was going through them to be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the top 10 betrayals, that was a good one. You know, like that was really funny. It was
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh yeah, we ranted. But then, no, no,
No,
we had a really good time. That was a good episode.
we did have a good time with that
That's
one.
one of those like sneak up sleeper ones.
Yeah. I think because it'd be funny, we should put number one at number 5.
Oh, hold on, sorry. I took so long to figure out what that meant. My brain just like did the like spinning beach ball of death, like
Yeah.
the Apple buffering thing, right? Uh, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Like I feel like also the audio quality wasn't good
Mm-hmm.
on that one. We were just figuring things out. It's
Yeah.
also really long, but
Yeah.
it was
No, that one's
still
not that
really
long.
great.
That
It
one was
feels
the
like
one of the shorter ones we did. It was 58 minutes.
it was only 58
It's
minutes.
only 58 minutes.
I felt like we were recording for like a year and a half.
Because we spent so much time talking.
Oh, that sounds like a you thing. I don't
That's it.
talk.
That's a you thing. I think on the same of the audio one, we should put number 20 at 4 because the audio was off in that one because I wasn't at my own apartment. I was dog sitting.
And if the listeners at home, and definitely not me, don't know what episode 20 is.
That's the try not to laugh one, the AI generator.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. I feel like that is not our top performance. It's
Hmm.
good. It's
It's
good.
good.
It's funny, but like, it's not the best of the best.
Yeah. So for top
Okay.
3 now, we've got 24, which is the horror red flags.
Red flags would make it fashion.
40, which is top 10 betrayals.
Mm-hmm.
And 48, introvert versus extrovert spooky edition.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think right now we've got two of similar quality, like not similar quality, but similar theme for the two
Hmm.
spookies,
Hmm.
right? So which one is better?
That is a good question. Which one is the better of the two spooky ones? Is it Rachel driving Melanie insane because she won't play along with her games? Or was it Melanie making everybody a 90s fashionista?
Melanie making people iconic or Melanie making people dead? Which
Yeah.
one? Um,
Um,
Also, funny enough, 24/48, that's half. 48 divided by 2 is 24.
oh my
See
god.
the little pattern thing that's
Didn't
happening?
plan that at all, but here we
No.
are.
Um, okay, I think the 90s stuff, iconic,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Just the fact, and I didn't tell you that they were themed, I don't think, in the
No, you
beginning.
didn't. You didn't tell me until we started the episode.
Yeah. And see, introvert versus extrovert, spooky edition, that one, way more unhinged,
Hmm.
right? I feel like we really got into like unhinging at that point. But in the red flags one, there were just standouts. The noodle fingers,
Yep, the
the
noodle
Jason
fingers.
Derulo. Yeah,
Jay, gross face running in flip flops, and all you heard was flip flop, flip flop, flip flop.
yeah,
John Kramer, I'm a Pisces.
yeah. The bedazzled mask.
I hear the dude
The
himself.
mommy issues still
Mommy.
there. Mommy issues are there. Mommy is not. I don't know. I
Okay,
honestly, I feel like they have to be 1 and 2 because I can't decide.
I have a thought. I have a
Okay,
thought.
help.
Because they're all so good. But I do love our rantiness in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, my suggestion, okay, just bear with me.
I'm
Number
bracing myself.
3 goes to 48.
Okay.
Number 2 can be the top 10 betrayal.
Okay.
And number 1 can be the red flags make it fashion, so we break up the two spooky ones.
I'm with you. I'm
You're
with
with,
you.
you're with me?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say top 10 betrayals is number 1. And I was gonna be like, no, it can't be. It's
No,
good. I
no,
can't put my yogurt. I'm an idiot. But like, it's not. It's not top 1. It
no.
is top 2.
Hmm. No, it's not number 1 like Bucky till the Stephen Bucky till the end of the line.
Mm-hmm.
It is good, but I still think mommy issues outbeats yogurt, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What wins in a fight? Mommy issues or a
Mommy
pile of
issues
yogurt?
or yogurt.
New episode idea?
I mean,
Stupid shit that fights?
yeah, I mean, it's kind of in line with like the versus episodes Distractable has been doing.
I haven't listened to Distractable in so long now.
Some of those matchup episodes are good. So we have our official, as of right now, out of all the episodes that are out, and I
Mm-hmm.
think for our 102 episode, because we do things in increments of 51, not 50,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Because we're
we'll do
inconsistent, but consistent about being inconsistent.
exactly. We'll do a top 10 list of episodes, and maybe we'll have some
Mm-hmm.
repeat offenders. Maybe there'll be some ones that might dethrone,
Mm-hmm.
the mommy issues.
Yeah.
But we'll
Maybe
see.
Brianna will make a comeback in 2024.
Maybe Brianna will make a comeback. Probably not, because I feel like Melanie's going to forget all about Brianna.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to make her my hyper focus because that's something I can totally choose with
Yes,
my brain.
you can totally choose your hyper focus, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
If I could, I would have chosen to like learn things and make money
yes. So,
real fast.
our list of top 5 episodes as of right now is number 5 is episode 1, which is the first one we ever did. Weird
And the title,
Lines. The title is Things That Make Us Say,
but why?
But Why? Then we have number 4, which is number 20, AI generator. Try not to laugh so hard. Number 3 is episode 48, which
Very
is
recent.
introvert versus extrovert spooky edition.
Mm-hmm.
Number
Old, but make it young.
old but
Get
making
in that
young.
cornfield, but get out.
Yep.
If you're ever in a bad situation, sing the Jurassic Park theme song, especially if you need to be quiet to not die.
Exactly. Number 2 is episode 40, which is top 10 betrayals.
Bucky and Steve.
Bucky and
That's
Steve
all
till
I'm
the
gonna
end of
say.
the line. Rick
Yeah.
and Shane.
Steve is a liar.
Steve is such a fucking liar.
And
We're not
Shane
getting
fucks
into
everybody's wife.
we're not getting into this again. We did 2 episodes on that. We are done with that. We're not getting into it. Yeah,
There's only been one episode about Rick and Shane, okay?
The top 1 episode. I mean, you could do an episode all about Walking Dead. I'll just sit there and nod and quip because I've never seen Walking Dead.
I stopped watching.
Okay. And the number 1 episode we recommend for listening is the red flags. Let's make it fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Because mommy issues are always fashionable.
Yes.
And so with bedazzling everything, especially if your mommy's dead and you have to do it yourself.
And you can hide your tears behind your bedazzled mask.
It's like that song, The Weeknd, Save Your Tears. Yeah, save your tears behind your bedazzled mask.
Save your tears to glue your rhinestones on your mask with.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I feel like it was Jason I gave the skip it to.
Yes.
Because all I could think was he's going to hit himself doing his like slow, iconic walk so many times in the shin with that stupid skip it.
Yeah,
and you trip over it.
You gave him the skip it, yeah, and he had the bedazzled mask.
And mommy issues. I didn't give him those though.
Mine was just the Jason Derulo as he walks.
Yeah, because we had rules for that episode, and I was like, rules? What are those? I don't do that. And you're like, we're gonna do one thing for each of them, and I'm like, okay, one thing. The entire 90s threw up on them. Everything.
Well, we were also supposed to have a guest, and they didn't understand the concept of the episode.
Yeah. They were like, let's give them like sharper knives.
Yeah.
And like guns.
And we were like, no, let's make them stupid and wear tutus because YOLO. And flip-flops.
Like, this is a comedy podcast. And the guest who shall not be named was like, no, we make it more horrific. Like, how could the killers kill better? Right? She was like pitching how to like mass murder, which is really concerning. And I've never said anything concerning. So I should be a good judge of that. That's a lot of silence, Rachel. It's a lot of silence. It's very judgy silence.
Good.
Good.
I'm glad you could hear me judging you through this audio visual format.
There's no visual. You're judging me, and you don't even know we don't have visuals?
You can see my face. I know you can.
Can you see me right now? Is this like a situation where I'm like on hidden camera? Or are you just like, have you lost reality and like, are you talking to a volleyball, Tom Hanks style? And just like put a wig on it and it's me?
I'm not going to answer any more questions without my other lawyer present.
The silence. It kills me, Rachel. It's painful. I don't think I've ever gotten the silent treatment in my life. I just realized it's my kryptonite. What the hell? I don't like people. I like silence. Apparently, after I say something and just get silence, I just panic. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? What happens now? It's all over. This is how it ends.
This is how it ends. And this is how 2023 is ending for us on this podcast.
One of
Thank
us
you.
silently judging, the other one panicking.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us for this year. It's been quite the year, full of unhingedness. And we can't wait to see what unhingedness we bring in 2024. We'll probably become even more unhinged as we descend into madness. So I think running a podcast, you need to descend into a little madness to make good content.
But like not so mad you're like licking the corners of your ceiling, but
Yeah.
just mad enough to make like jokes on a podcast that are not concerning.
Mm-hmm. And as we've said before to our therapist, if you listen to this, we're fine.
Sure.
For the most part.
We're fine.
Yeah, for the most part.
Two of us. Two fine people right here.
Two fine people.
Number one fine, number two fine. And the top two of who's fine.
Top two of who's fine.
That's us. But we're both top one because we're tied. Because who's the most fine?
Yes,
the
exactly.
Finest.
Who's the finest? Our finest compliments brand from Sobeys. Anyways, if you would like to follow us and see if we do any stuff between now and the next time we post, which will be in the new year in 2024, which like what? 2024? That's crazy. You can follow us on our socials. We're Inconsistent Podcast 1 on Instagram. We're Inconsistently Consistent on Facebook. If you want to email us some longer thoughts, we are inconsistentpodcast1@gmail.com. You want to follow me specifically and see if I get up to any unhinged shenanigans off this podcast, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'm _RachelVR_. Don't send me sugar daddy requests on TikTok. No, thank you. I'm not interested. Melanie, where can they find you?
You can find all my stuff just at melanieflynnbooks.com. You can find my book. You can buy my book. You can read my book. You can email me. That's a thing you could do. You could send me a message or follow my Instagram and stuff. All that stuff is on melanieflynnbooks.com. Today. Get it today.
You can rub the book on your face.
That is not a recommended use, but I have heard of at least one person who's done that.
Yeah,
they have a podcast.
Yep.
And they're not me. It's Rachel.
It's me. It's me. I mean, I didn't rub the book on my face, but I have recommended people to rub the book on their face. To be like, yes, this is a great book.
That's how you can tell.
Yes.
By how it feels in your face.
Mm-hmm. You can feel how you can feel that's going to be a good book. Nice, strong book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so bye and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Yeah. Go start a Christmas tree farm. Bye.
Bye.